Hello, gorgeous. I know with the studios and gyms being closed, many of us are feeling a little soft in the center, myself included. So I woke up this morning thinking about core, in particular, low planks. So that's what we're going to focus on in our practice today. And so hopefully you're in the mood for some of those good old-fashioned low planks as well. So we're going to begin in child's pose. So grab your mat and join me right there. Just sitting back on the heels, stretching out through the spine. Just taking a couple deep breaths here, maybe set an intention for our practice today. Moving through a couple of half series. So as we inhale, shifting forward, keeping the knees low. As we exhale, lower through our chaturanga. Then keeping it into a baby cobra or king cobra, just a soft cobra. Then we'll bow back into it and press back up and into our child's pose. One more time, inhale, modified plank. Exhale, lower it down, just warming up the body here. Okay, taking our cobra and back to our child's pose. Walking both hands over to the right side. Another deep breath here. And we'll walk both hands over to the left side. And back to center, taking it up to hands and knees for a couple rounds of cat and cow. So as we inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the heart, stretching through the abdomen. As we exhale, squeeze the abs up into the spine, round it up, press into the mat. Inhale, take it the other way. Exhale, back to our cat. Two more in each direction, moving with the breath, one movement. Then taking it back to a neutral spine. Activate the abs, drawing the shoulders back and gently press the tops of the feet into the floor, squeezing the knees just a couple inches away from the floor here. And lower it down. One more time, this time we're gonna round up through the spine, press the feet into the mat and squeeze it up. And take it back down. Downward facing dog, spreading the fingers wide, rotating so the crease of the elbow is pointing forward. Toes curl under, hips go high. Lifting the heels and just set them down one at a time. Then as we inhale, shifting forward to our plank. Might have to wiggle the feet back, that's okay. Now we are welcome to stay right here. I invite you to lower the right elbow down, followed by the left elbow. Now we can stay right here, keeping the body like a 2x4, nice and long. If we want to, we'll walk it back to the right hand, back to the left, a couple more rounds. Left elbow lowers down, followed by the right, left hand, right elbow, left, right hand, left, last one, left elbow, right, left hand, right hand. Now finishing our flow, chaturanga, lower all the way down, picking our option for baby cobra, king cobra, or upward facing dog. And back to our down dog. Right leg high to the sky. As we exhale, lunging it between the hands. Now with our next breath, taking our hand into our back pocket and gently rotate. And bringing it back to the mat, stepping that right foot back. Left leg high to the sky. Lunge it through. Left hand into our back pocket and gently rotating the shoulders. And bringing it back to the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. One more deep breath here. And shifting forward to our plank. Lowering down to the elbows, low plank. Again, we can stay right here or taking both heels over to the right side, taking that left hand up to the sky. We can hold right here as we exhale, thread it through, reaching behind us, and take it back up. Exhale, thread, and squeeze up. 3 more with your breath. Last one. Keeping those core muscles tight. And we'll take it back to the mat, sending both heels over to the left side. Right arm stretching up. As we exhale, reach it under and take it up. Exhale and inhale. 1 breath, 1 movement. Last 2. And 1. And take it back to the mat. Walk it back to the hands. And finish our flow, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And back to our downward facing. Left leg high to the sky. And lunging it between the hands. This time just reaching that left hand up to the sky. And taking it back to the mat, downward facing dog. Right leg floating up. And lunging it through. Planting the left hand, stretch that right hand up to the sky. And taking it back to the mat, stepping it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward to plank. We're gonna hold here, breathing deep. Squeeze that belly button up towards the spine. Then we'll take that right foot away from the mat. Just let it hover and take it back down. Squeeze the cheeks, left side and lower, right side and lower. Just alternating sides, keeping the body strong. One more on each side. Then we'll finish our flow, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing. Taking the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, lunging it through. Inhale, reaching high. And take it back down. Downward facing dog. Left leg floating up. Lunge it through. Inhale up. And take it back down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward to our plank. Lowering down to the elbows. Keeping those thighs hugging up to the bone. Activating those abs. Then lowering both heels over to the left side, taking the right hand to the top of the hip and lower the hips to the mat. Squeeze back up, lower down, squeeze up. Couple more, listen to your body, making sure that elbow is directly under the shoulders so our joints are stacked. Last 2. Squeeze up, taking it back to our center and lowering both heels over to the right side. Left hand to the hip and sink and squeeze. Last 2. Hopefully that softness is already starting to feel a little bit stronger. And bring it back to the center. Holding here. And lifting up to our dolphin. Walking your feet in a little if that's in our practice. And walking it to the hands into our downward facing dog. Taking the right leg high to the sky and lunging it between the hands. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Sink in, bringing the rib cage back. That activates those abdominal muscles and creates space in the lower back. It's a nice, warm, sunny day here. When we're ready, reach it to the front. Keeping the shoulders back and down, activating those back muscles. Two more breaths here. Then squeeze back up. Warrior two, rotate that back heel, set it down. With our next breath in, we'll stretch it up. As we exhale, sink back into it. Maybe a little deeper each time. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sink. Last two. And one. Sink a little bit more. Now returning to lunge. This sounds easier than it is. So we're going to activate those abdominal muscles, moving the hip and the leg as one unit. So when we're ready, sweep that left hand back down and around and swing it around. Sink in a little more. If we have it, reach to the front one more time. Sink into those hips. Powerful back leg. And set it down. Set it on back. Downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky. And lunging it between the hands. When we're ready, reach and rise all the way up. Sink in. Breathing deep. And if we want it, reach to the front. Taking notice of those arms, keeping them back and down. With the shoulder blades back and down. Arms are reaching out powerfully. And sweep it back up. Warrior two, gently open up. Looking out over those fingertips. Lowering that back hip down so the hips are level here. Sink in a little more. Now adding one breath, one movement. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, sink back into it. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more, sinking a little deeper each time. Last one. And coming back to that lunge. Sweeping that back hand down and around and bringing it back up. If we want it, reach to the front of the mat. When we think core, it's not just about abs, it's about that whole girdle, front, back, and sides. One more breath here. And we'll sweep it down. And step it back to our downward facing dog. Spreading those fingers wide, leaving our fingerprints in the mat. Forward fold, walk or float. And just relaxing here. Moving into warrior three from the ground up. So when we're ready, we can always use blocks here. Taking the weight into the left foot, extending the right leg behind us. Keeping the hips level. Soft bend in that left knee. Halfway lift. Taking one hand to the heart center, then the other. Squeeze up even more into our full warrior three. Taking the arms out to the sides like wings of a bird. And inhale, bring that knee to the chest, rise up. Now if we want it, we can stretch that leg forward. Back to warrior three, sweep it back there. And sweep it back up. Sweep it back. And up. One more in each direction. Then warrior three. Release it down for a little standing splits. Extending that leg up towards the ceiling. And take it back down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Halfway lift. And release. One more time. And release. Warrior three on the other side. Shift the weight into the right foot. Take that left leg behind us. Halfway lift, long spine, soft bend in the right knee. Maybe take one hand to the heart. Maybe both hands to the heart. And squeeze up even more. Arms out to the sides. And knee to chest, bring it up. We can extend that leg out. Sweep it back to warrior three. Sweep it forward. And sweep it back. It's the only hazardous part about doing this on unlevel rocks. Sweep it up. And back. Last one, sweep up. Warrior three. And release it down, standing splits. And forward fold. Halfway lift. And release it down, returning to down dog. We can hop back or step back. Inhale, shifting forward to plank. Squeezing that right leg up, crossing it over the left leg. And gently float that right arm up to the ceiling, rotating the belly button up to the sky. And take it back to our one-legged plank. And set it down. Other side, left leg squeezes up, crossing it over the right. Rotating the heels and the hips and belly button up. And take it back. Finishing our flow, chaturanga. Keep that leg up if we can. Cobra or up dog. And back to our down dog. Inhale, shifting forward to plank. Squeeze that right leg up. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and downward facing. Inhale, shifting forward to plank, bringing that left knee under the left hip. Now normally when we come into side plank, we'll kick that foot out to the side, but we're coming into a low half moon. So we're gonna keep that heel in as much as possible, setting the right heel down and just stretch that right hand up to the sky. If we find ourselves a little wobbly, we can always take that foot out behind us. Let's see if we can keep it in for that extra little challenge. If we want to, we can pick that right leg up. Breathing. And bring it back down to plank. Other side, right knee under the right hip. Keep that foot in. Left heel down, left arm high to the sky. And this side might feel a little different, so if we need that kickstand, go for it. When we're ready, picking that left leg up. Squeeze. Powerful body.
Hey, Mommy. Mom.
And gently release it back to our plank. Now we are going to come into side plank. Taking that left knee under the left hip, kick it out, set the right heel down, and reaching it up. Squeezing those abs. We're going to take this to beam or gate pose. Squeeze up. And float away into lateral flexion. Right arm's going to come down towards the leg. Stretch that left arm up and over. We can walk that right hand down the leg a little more if we'd like. Hello, handsome. Yes, dear. I love you too. Now we're going to move from side plank into gate pose. So when we're ready, deep breath in as we exhale, take it all the way through center and back to our side plank. Deep breath in as we exhale, take it all the way around. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, moving with your breath. Last one. And back to our side plank. Take it back to our plank. Holding here. If we like, we can step the left foot out to the side. Right foot out to the side. Left foot in, right foot in. And just walk it out, walking the plank. Arr, we're pirate. Squeezing all those core muscles. Now starting with the other side. Two more. And finish our flow, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And back to our downward facing. And coming to the other side, shift forward to plank. Bringing the right knee under the right hip, kick it out, set it down, stretching it up. Coming into our beam pose, squeeze those ab muscles in and taking it up to center. Then floating that other hand down, just floating away into our lateral flexion. Now adding the breath, one movement, squeeze those core muscles, take it all the way back and around. Side plank, then beam pose, squeeze up, float away. And take it back. Last two, really working from those ab muscles. Last one. And we'll bring it back to our plank pose. Finish our flow, lower down. Open up the heart. And back to our down dog. Inhale, shifting forward to plank. And take it back to our down dog. Forward to plank. And down dog. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. You think of this like a stomach crunch, so the abdomen is starting the movement. Last one. And coming into boat pose, look forward, bend the knees, see if we can hop it through. Or we can just set the knees down and come on around. Now today I invite you to sink the boat. So we can stay right here. As we inhale with control, gently lower down, make sure there's nothing, no kids or animals behind us. We can stay right here. This is my next favorite option here. Or as we exhale, squeeze those abs in and float back up to our boat. We can be here or we can be here. You decide. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Hold, breathe. The body's shaking. It's this way of saying thank you. We're gonna lower all the way down. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking around a little side to side. And you stay right here. I'm just gonna switch directions here. So lowering all the way down. Stretching the legs all the way out, reaching the arms up overhead. Taking a bend in the right knee and gently rolling onto that left side body. We can support the head here if we want. Just taking that top leg up towards the ceiling. Now, if we feel a little wobbly here, we can always bend the bottom leg for a kickstand. Reach up, grab hold of whatever we can find. Might be the thigh, the calf, the toes. We can always use a strap here as well. One more deep breath. We'll take this to a modified half bow. Lower that leg down, stacking the knees. Then bend the top leg, reach back, grab hold.
Eat the rattlesnake fruity, all gone.
In just 1 second, buddy.
Okay. You'll feel better soon.
Okay. Delicious. Thank you.
It's medicine.
It is yummy.
You feel sick, right?
No.
I'm pretending you're sick.
Oh, okay. And we'll gently release. Take that top leg out in front of us, in front of the belly button. And stretching that right arm out behind us. Just getting a nice twist here. Stretching through the pectoral and chest muscles. Reminding ourselves on each breath out to relax the body. And we'll gently bring it all back to center. Supporting ourselves as we move onto the back side and over to the right side. Supporting the head with the hand, taking that top leg up to the ceiling. Reach up and grab hold of whatever's available. And again, if we're a little wobbly on this side, just bend that bottom leg. Two more deep breaths here. And moving into half bow, release that foot on top of the other. Bending at the knee, reach back, grab hold. One more deep breath. And softly release, stretching the leg out and bring that foot all the way out in front of our belly button. Taking that top hand, that left hand, and just reach out behind us. Then we'll gently bring it all back to center, rolling onto our bellies and gently pressing up and returning to our child's pose. Sitting all the way back on the heels and stretching it forward. Inhale, rising up to hands and knees. Moving through a couple more rounds of cat and cow. Draw the shoulder blades back. Stretch through that belly. Hopefully we got a nice workout in. As we exhale, activate one more time, rounding up. Then inhale, stretch through the abdomen. Exhale, squeeze back up. One more time in each direction. Then back to a neutral spine, sitting it back into our child's pose. Now is the time in our practice where we get to come into Shavasana, or our final relaxation. If we want to stay in child's pose for this, feel free to do so. Or if we want to come around to our backs and just come into that comfortable resting place, we can do that as well. Just take the next few moments to breathe, to connect to your thoughts, connect to your emotions, connect to whatever it is that makes us unique in who we are. So we can stay in our Shavasana for just a few minutes or spend a couple of hours there if that is part of your practice and what you have time for. And until next time, from my heart to yours, namaste.